Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? So, we had the NAACP Awards over the weekend, and the carpet was absolutely flourishing. It was flourishing, full of talent. And we are here to do what? We are here to go through the red carpet fashions, my darlings. Fashions, yes, and yes, I am so excited. We are really coming to the end of award season, but I have lived and loved every award, and this for me is just everything. All right, so let us go to the carpet. Okay. Trevor Jackson was wearing grownish. Sharp, young, handsome, trendy. I loved the hair. I loved his jewelry. I love his gesticulation. Lived for it. Nothing. You know what he was giving me? He was giving me gentleman gangster. That's what he was giving me. With that pinstripe suit, it was life. And his shoes, everything. Sharp, nice. I lived for it. I love the sky blue background. I love the carpet. I just thought, oh my God, I am living and loving. This works for me. Then we had Claudia Jordan. Claudia Jordan wore a green ensemble, and Claudia is beautiful anyway, any which way you want to look at it. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. She had her hair pulled up in a ponytail, and she was wearing that kind of emerald green. It was a strapless dress, but it was, you know, heightened up on the bust line, and I just thought she looked the sweetest. She really did. What? She looked the sweetest. Kyla Bratt. And Kyla Bratt was wearing a velvet jumpsuit. You know how I am about jumpsuits. I live and love. I thought she looked gorgeous. She looked comfortable. The hair was lovely. The skin was skinning. Let me just say that. And I lived and loved. Okay. Miss Pat from the Pat Show. The hair was 12 out of 10. The makeup, flawless. Earrings, everything laid just right. The suit or the set, very, very, very pretty. I just wish that it was in white or in black. I didn't like the pattern for whatever reason, but she gave me such beauty. I lived for that hair. That hair was what? That hair was laid. It was laid. And then we had Tyler, you know, beautiful Tyler, and she wore like a T-zone dress, simple, her hair to the side. She cocks her hip to the side as well. She is a gorgeous girl. She's gorgeous. She's young. There's nothing that won't fit her. You know what I mean? I think she looks pretty, and she looked gorgeous still. Then we had Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper. This is from my neck of the woods, and they have aged so well, so well. It was lovely to see Spinderella there. It was just lovely to see them, and they kind of still, you know, came together as a group. And salute to them, because you're a huge part of my childhood. Phenomenal songs, phenomenal women. God bless you. God bless you in all things. It was lovely to see you there.
Especially after BAFTA, did you talk to any of your cast? Anything?
I absolutely talked to them. I'll first say a big shout out to Mike and Delroy. Like, let's continue to honor them for how they handled that in real time. The grace and the dignity that they exercised. And the whole home team, everybody that was out there, like, really carried themselves well. I think the events this weekend exposed a couple things. Institutionally, we still don't understand what inclusion means. Just because you invite someone into a space, but you don't provide the necessary resources to keep them and everyone else in that room safe by them being there, that's not inclusivity. That's exploitation. That man's disability got exploited that night, and it led to multiple offenses. That's the BAFTA's fault. And then the BBC, to air what they aired, right, is careless. And not like some haphazard accident. No, like a real lack of care was exercised for those two black men. And we know the BBC knows how to take care of what they care about, right? Because they censored a bunch of other... They went so far as to make sure certain things weren't topics of conversation. They censored Akinola's speech, the director of My Father's Shadow, which is an amazing film, by the way. So you censored one black man, you failed to protect two others, and our production designer, Hannah, you do not care for our dignity, our humanity. You want to celebrate our art, but you won't protect. And that's why we celebrate sinners. That's why we celebrate Ryan. That's why we show up to the NAACP, because those are spaces where we felt safe.
Halle Bailey, and she was wearing Stefan Roland. She looked like a young queen. She looked like a young queen, as if the king had unexpectedly passed away and she would have to rule the kingdom. That was what she gave me here. And she will live to be 105. She'll be the longest reigning queen on record. That was what this was giving me. When I tell you that the rouging in the back with her hair and the prettiest face, beautiful. 12 out of 10. Salute, salute, salute. And her sister said, ta, 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 I am right behind you, mama. And she was wearing Christian Siriano. I loved it. I liked it. I think it suited her well. It was covered in all of the right places, I felt. She brought the confidence. I love that kind of regalness of the arms. It just made her look strong. It made her look strong. She looked like an eagle. These were her wings. I loved it. And you know how I am about sheer, but this was nice. This is nice. You look lovely, my darling. Absolutely. Quinta Brunson. Oh, I still have a cold. Yeah, 3 weeks now. I don't know what is wrong. I still have a cold, but we're here. Quinta Brunson wore Gabrielle Hearst. And I just need to know who her stylist is. I need to talk to the stylist. Is she getting paid enough? Does she really want to be a stylist? You know, does she and Quinta get along? Are there things that they need to tell us? Because Quinta never really gives me drop dead gorgeous. It's always okay, nice, okay, nice. You struggle 90% of the time trying to, understand, what we're working with. And then she has a mullet. And I'm not understanding. I really want to understand, but I'm not understanding. Issa Rae. And Issa Rae was wearing Rhea Costa. Clean, sharp, beautiful, lovely girl. Lovely, 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 lovely. Everything is just lovely. I liked her hair. I liked that you could see her eyes. And even though she had bangs, it was swept in a way that you could still see her face. The dress is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not crazy about black. Black is never my first choice. But this right here, I love it. I absolutely love it. Another girlie that came onto the red carpet feeling herself as she should was Kiki Palmer, and she wore Miss Sophie. It was giving me vintage, you know. It was giving me glamour. It was giving me put on the mic, smack on the lights, and sing, sis. It was giving me Diana Ross. It was glamour. It was the epitome of glamour. I love the red lip, love the hair. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. And the dress was nice. Coleman Domingo was wearing squash. Sergio Hudson. Fall winter 2026 ready to wear. What was not to love? And he knew it. He knew it. I didn't care for the boots. He showed the boots. I didn't care for the boots at all. But I did love the jacket. I loved the trousers. I loved the polo neck. I don't know whether it's still cold over there in California, but it gave me everything that it needed to give. And he's 1 year literally ahead, because this is for the fall winter of 2026. So yeah, the color was everything. The color was just life. Chase Infinity, and she wore Tamra Ralph. I would have preferred it without the red. The red just, I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know where to look. I was like, what am I looking at? What is it supposed to give me? And at the same time, I can understand why it was there. I'd have preferred it without. I loved the feather. Loved the feather. Oh my God. In place of that crimson red, I would have put in cream to, you know, just balance out on the blush pink, and you would have had me for life. You would have what? You would have had me for life. I think Kerry Washington got the memo, because I didn't like her hair on the red carpet in the last event, and this time she came around with a blowout, and she came out wearing Sergio Hudson. Sergio Hudson is out here. I need to salute you. Sergio Hudson, you are dressing these celebs, and we're living and loving. Her hair is phenomenal. If that is a wig, I want it. That's how I like these kind of wigs. Just soft, blowy, flowy. She looked effortless. That's the word I'm going to use. She looked what? She looked absolutely effortless. Our gorgeous Viola Davis wore a burgundy pleated one shoulder Marma Hallman. And she was a winner that night. The dress is nothing short of phenomenal. Against her complexion, it was giving me Marlowe. It was giving me dark chocolate with cherry inside. You know that cherry syrup that pops out and you have a cherry right there? That was what she was giving me. Decadence to the hilt. I just didn't care for the Dora the Explorer hair. It looked like something that you get from the Legos. You know the Lego bricks where you just have the hair, you just plop it on? It was too heavy. The bangs were too heavy You see what Issa Rae had? That is what she should have had. Dora the Explorer. It just wasn't happening at all. Tunde to Tunde. And she wore Tia Dollar. The dress was beautiful. I just didn't like what it did to her chest. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh no. I didn't like it. And I wish that they had put more straw on the sides, at least. That she had maybe gone for fittings, I don't know. So that they could really, you know, style her every which way. So that every which way she looked beautiful. And she looked covered. And that was not the case. Janelle James, and she wore all do long. Yes, 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 yes. I want it. I loved the trousers. I loved the bejeweledness of it. I loved her hair. She was so calm. I think she was a winner also that night. And yes, ma'am, the trouser pant was everything. It was everything. It was so different. It was unexpected. And yet it worked. Yet it what? Yet it worked. We had our wonderful Michael B. Jordan in Downhill. And it was nice to see him back home. That's the only way I can describe it. And just to see him with this beautiful tuxedo. Oh my God. Phenomenal. You're a winner. Ah! I want it for myself. How about that? It was gorgeous. He was my best dressed. Another pleasant, yummy, gorgeous surprise, which I lived and loved, was Eva Marcel. In all of this scandal about America's Next Top Model, is kind of thrust her back into the spotlight, and she looked like toffee. She looked like caramel. Elegance, her hair. She's back with her man. She's living her life. She's loving her children. She's living and loving her work. I am so happy for you, Eva. I am really, truly happy for you. You deserve and more. Flowers and flowers and flowers to you. Fumi as well. And Fumi was here in Christian Siriano. Did I like it? Yeah. It looked like a high school project. It didn't give me anything it was supposed to give. It really didn't, to be honest. I didn't care for the big woo-ha around. I didn't. I would have preferred that to be in burgundy so that it would really taper it down. Her smile, her hair, her makeup, the mere fact that she's expecting, that was the win for me. That's how I saw it. Other than that, I really couldn't care for the dress. Yes, me Pretty V. And she was wearing Kwame Adusei. Okay, let's start with the positives. Beautiful girl. Prettiest girl. She reminds me of light complexion Chili. You let me know down in the comment section if you see it. But I just see like a, you know, a caramel chili. Then I like her hair, but I don't know what that long thing is in front. It's not giving me anything at all. And then her little... It looks as if she missed some buttons to button up. I'm not being funny. That's what it looks like. I don't understand what this is. It's a hot smoking mess. It's a hot mess. And they should have done better for her. Why she agreed to wear... You see, you know, celebs, let me tell you. I know stylists are supposed to know everything. But sometimes when you look at something and you're like, I'm not too sure. Most probably, maybe you shouldn't wear it. You can speak up. Or you can call me and like, Fumi, I'm in a situation. And I will come and speak up for you. This is a hot mess. It did not make sense. Even if she was wearing this to the club, still didn't make sense. Still didn't make sense. We have Miranda Mayo. And Miranda Mayo was wearing Retrofit. That lip, beautiful. It's like a crimson pinkish red. Gorgeous hair, beautiful face, gorgeous face. The beading is gorgeous. Sat right with the right shapewear underneath. I lived and loved it. And if she had worn a tight cigarette capri pant, I would have liked it. I think it was too much. It has to be one or the other. The feathers on the trousers was distracting to me. It was too much because the beading was so beautiful and gorgeous, and she could have been a ballerina, a dancer from the 40s. But the feather trousers, and then there were trousers again. No. Wasn't feeling it at all. Usa Duba in a beautiful black velvet long sleeve velvet mermaid gown. Well, hello sunshine. You look good. You look clean, sharp, elegant. Everything was thought through. The detail, you can see it. You look gorgeous, 1,000,000,000%. Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor. Again, I've said it. This is your year. And give it to us. Because we really want it at all times. We want it at all times, Tiana. Okay, my darling? That sculpted bodice was everything and then some. You didn't have to do us like that. Ashy Studio Couture. It's your year, Mama. It's your year. Nothing left to be said. The bodice, the way it sculpted your chest, it's everything. Everything. Your makeup, your hair, everything. You're a winner. You've already won. You're winning. That's the only way I can describe it. Again, like I've said, I don't care for black. It's not the first outfit I would rush for. But seeing this on you, you were polished. You were polished all the way down. And that is it, my darlings. Tell me who were your faves down in the comment section and the ones that you felt that I missed. All of my love, my darlings. And I'll see you sooner than later. Mwah.
Hi guys, my name is ENITAN, hair coach. I am UK's first ever hair coach and a trichologist. We are a team of trichologists and hair coaches here in W6 London, and we help those who are desperate and have tried and everything else has failed. We look after those who have chronic scalp concerns, flaky, itchy scalp that's been going on for many years. We help those that have hair loss that has progressed instead of improved, and we help those that just generally want to have a better understanding of better quality hair, length, volume, and reduce that dryness. Visit us by clicking